The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The health department has reported over 22,000 new COVID-19 infections today, relatively lower compared to the count from previous days. Today's count brings the caseload to above 3,293,000, some 270,000 of which are still active. The virus killed 82 more patients overnight, bringing the nationwide death toll to more than 53,000. Recoveries have surged to over 2,969,000, with more than 36,000 new survivors today. 43.5% of some 62,000 tests recently conducted for this bulletin yielded positive results. 6 laboratories were not able to submit data. The no vaccine, no ride policy has been in effect in Metro Manila since Monday. Let's get updates on how enforcement is going of this new policy from LTFRB NCR Director Attorney Zona Tamayo. Good afternoon, Director. Director Tamayo, how is the implementation going so far on your end? There has been, of course, some people who did not know about this policy and some confusion with enforcement.
Yes, good afternoon, Sean. Thank you for this opportunity. Actually, when we started the implementation of the program way back Monday, generally speaking, the public already knew about the new policy for the no vaccination ride, no vaccination card, no ride policy. Well, there are some who failed to produce the document needed, but generally speaking, it went smooth during the first day of operations. Until now, we've been receiving reports on the ground that the public or the passengers have been abiding or following this new policy that we are implementing.
All right, that's very good to hear, Director Tamayo. But we are also getting some reports that there are some PUV drivers that they have this general idea that without vaccine cards, people can't ride. And for them, this is very, very black and white. How do enforcers deal with this kind of scenario to ensure that exemptions are being honored?
During the first day of operation last Monday, of course, we expected that there are some problems on the ground. But there is a continuous communication the whole day with our enforcers to get feedbacks from them. And in case of confusion or we need to explain further, then we have assigned people to monitor our enforcers. As you would see, this is a collective effort by different enforcement agencies. We have, apart from our DOTR enforcers from the LTFRB, the LTO, and the IACT, we also tap enforcers from the PNP, the HPG, and the NCRPO. So it's really a collective effort to try to enforce this new policy, and communication with our enforcers on the ground has been able to address the difficulty in the implementation, particularly on the requirements for the vaccination cards, as well as those who are covered by the implementation of the exemptions. Now, those who are exempted from the vaccination card policy, then we explain it to our enforcers.
All right, now, Director Tamayo, aside from vaccine cards, there is also this need to check for identification. So ID cards, other documents, certificates of employment, and so on and so forth. Now, the bulk of all of that compliance falls on PUV drivers to check, to enforce, and to implement. How do traffic enforcers double check whether the drivers themselves are actually compliant, because this is a lot of extra work that they have to take on themselves?
Yes, we understand this is an additional burden for our drivers. That's why we have set up enforcement teams strategically in different areas within Metro Manila in order to assist our drivers in the monitoring or in the examination of this vaccination cards or other travel documents, so to speak, that need to be presented prior to the boarding in our public utility vehicles. So our enforcers are there, strategically placed in order to assist our drivers to help them with the checking of the required documents from our passengers.
All right, let's talk penalties, Attorney Tamayo. Can you talk us through the different penalties for these violations on the no vax, no ride policy, and how strictly are enforcers actually implementing this? It's been 3 days or almost 3 days.
Yes, actually, we really don't want to focus on imposing penalties, especially during this time. That's why we continuously encourage and we continuously ask for the support, the cooperation of the riding public to have their documents ready already prior to boarding, so that this would also assist our drivers to do their job in identifying or in determining who are those with vaccination cards and who are those that will be allowed to board units on the public utility vehicles. However, since we are also implementing what we call as the mystery passenger or the mystery rider, those who will be found to have violated with the MC, particularly in allowing to board unvaccinated individuals or those without the required documents presented, we have penalties to be imposed. For first offense, we have 5,000, and then second offense would increase to 10,000, and then 15,000 will be imposed for third and subsequent offenses. This would also carry either suspension or the cancellation of their franchise.
All right, pretty weighty penalties over there for violators. Director Tamayo, have there been instances of fake vaccination cards being presented? For that matter, are enforcers and drivers, or operators, are they schooled or educated on how to spot fake vaccine cards?
Okay, we understand that drivers have limited capacity in terms of determining either fake documents from those that are really valid. So the enforcers are there to assist them, as I've mentioned. However, we also keep on seeking the cooperation and reminding our passengers that vaccination cards are considered as public documents. Hence, if you will use spurious use or fake documents, this would be considered as a criminal offense. So at this point, we're still in the pandemic, we encourage everybody to please cooperate with this policy of us, refrain from using fake or spurious vaccination cards, because this is a criminal offense. So for the past days, except for this afternoon, we still didn't have any reports on the use of fake documents or fake vaccination cards, but we consistently remind our passengers to refrain from using fake or spurious documents because of the criminal offense involved once they are found to be using fake documents.
All right, warning very much heeded. Thank you as usual for your time. LTFRB NCR Regional Director Zona Tamayo. Thank you, ma'am, and stay safe.
Thank you, Sean, for the opportunity.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.